everyone. We are back. Happy to be with you today to talk about morning routines. So, before we get started, though, we're just going to quickly introduce ourselves for those of you who are not familiar with us. My name is Jessica Melnick. I'm a registered holistic nutritionist, the founder of the Anti-Arthritis Method, and the host of the Happy Joints Arthritis Solutions Group. And I help both women and men with various forms of arthritis get back to living life the way that you choose to, not the way that you have to. And Casey, I'll hand it over to you.
I am Casey Kephart. I'm a functional medicine nutritionist and the founder of the Feel Good Formula. I work with women with autoimmune diseases to get you back to the activities you love to do, trash your symptoms, and get your life back, basically. And I reside in St. Petersburg, Florida, where the sun always shines.
Amazing. So, like I said, we're going to talk today about morning routines. What is a morning routine? What does that look like? And how can we maximize our morning routines so that we can help manage our symptoms, whether it's arthritis or any other autoimmune condition? So let us know in the comments if you have a morning routine and what some of the key aspects are to your morning routine, because we'd love to hear your feedback. So what is a morning routine? So we look at a morning routine as a set of actions and habits that set you up for the day. So why would this be important? So let's get into that a little bit. So having a morning routine can help us get into the right headspace for the day. So starting the day off on the right foot, structuring our day in the best way possible for what we want to accomplish that day. So getting organized and just all around setting ourselves up for a successful day. So I'm sure some of you have heard that expression, they woke up on the wrong side of the bed. If you wake up on the wrong side of the bed, that's what morning routines are for. It's to help you get back onto the right side of the bed. So what we do in the morning can really dictate our mood for the day. It can really affect how we feel, how we're thinking, and what we end up doing for the day. So for example, I know that if I were to get up late and I'm rushing and I don't have time to do what I like to do in the morning before I kind of go diving into work, that's really going to kind of set me off on the wrong foot. So doing things like this and, kind of just waking up and haphazardly running and rushing through the day can really lead to some unhealthy patterns. It can affect how we eat for the day. It can affect our stress level for the day. So we're going to get into some morning routines. We're going to give some examples of what, Katie and I do individually to help us get our day set up on the right foot, and just give you some other ideas of things that you might want to try. So Casey, why don't I hand it over to you? And do you want to tell us a little bit about your morning routine?
Yeah. I first want to say that my morning routine is in transition. I'm working on a new morning routine to get my mindset better. And I think this happens through life for all of us, right? We just feel like we need a change, and our morning routine is going to be one of those things that changes. So I've been thinking for a while what I want my morning routine to look like. And so I'm in transition of doing that now. And it is waking up at 5:50 in the morning because I want to join my 6 a.m. call. That is all about manifesting and positivity and creating your life. So that 1 hour call is going to set me up in the morning to being a badass businesswoman and achieving the goals that I want to achieve and believing in myself and speaking into existence. So that's been a huge part of my morning routine, and just setting my brain to the correct caliber, I guess you could say. And in that morning routine also is some movement. So lately I've been bike riding, and I live right by the bay. So I bike ride along by the water. I see the dolphins in the morning. I go on this pier that I live by, see the sunrise or just sunshine if I don't make it for sunrise. And then I have my chicory root tea, and then I journal. So some of that happens in different order, but as long as I do those things, I'm set up for the day and feeling positive and feeling enlightened, embodied, empowered, and like a badass. And so being able to do all of that will lead my day into making healthier choices, whether that is eating correctly for my body and not, eating something that is going to hurt it, and treating others more positively and being able to show up 100% for all of you guys and my clients and my prospective clients, and giving off a vibe that is inviting and nurturing, I guess. And doing all of this also impacts stress levels. So my stress is going to be more low during the day. It's going to be more even. I'm not going to get upset over something little because I set my day up in the morning already to a good start.
Amazing. My
Mhm.
morning routine, I would say, has evolved definitely over the years, and it does change sometimes from day to day, depending on what's going on for me. But one key thing I know for sure that I have to do in the morning is I have to get up early enough so that I am not rushing to my first appointment or my first tasks of the day.
Mhm.
Because for me, when I'm rushing, I know I'm going to forget things that are important. And I hate that feeling of anxiety and stress. And so, if I do set an alarm, and sometimes I set it a little earlier than other days, depending on what's going on for me, because I want to make sure that when I get up in the morning, I can do some movement. So for me, sometimes it's doing like half of my workout and then doing the other half later, depending on my energy level that day. And for those of you with arthritis or autoimmune conditions, you know that some days your energy level is more than others. And it's all about finding that kind of sweet spot of endurance slash intensity of exercise and movement, and that can ebb and flow depending on how we're feeling. So getting movement in first thing is really important for me, and also being able to relax for 15 minutes to half an hour to have my breakfast, to enjoy my coffee or my matcha latte, and fueling my body with something that is, I know, makes my body feel good, and that's going to, give me good brain fuel for the day, and make me feel good and have energy so that I can get my tasks done, and enter into that part of my day on the right foot. So those are some of the keys for me in terms of what I do in the morning. And
Mhm.
I think, Casey, I think we should go through some of the things that we shouldn't do
Mhm.
for our morning routine, and then go into the more
Yeah.
positive things that you can do for morning routines. Because I'd like to leave everybody off on a more positive note. So, examples of things that can put us on the wrong foot at first thing in the morning is immediately grabbing your phone to check your messages, check your emails, especially if they're work emails. I find that that's just, not only is it the light from your phone, but it's also just that immediately kind of going into work mode almost that can set you
Mhm.
on the wrong foot. Same thing with like looking at social media first thing in the morning. There's some good things about social media. There's positive stuff out there. I know there's certain people that I follow that really can give me a boost to the day, but
Mhm.
sometimes it's just so much information first thing in the morning instead of focusing on, okay, well, what do I want for my day? What do I want to accomplish? What do I want to do? What do I want to enjoy? And it kind of, I think, just gets our brain, when we're looking at emails and social media, it kind of gets our brain all these other places, and really not focused.
Mhm.
I'll pass the
Um,
next one on to you, Casey.
Yeah, I wanted to mention something that Jay Shetty said the other day on social media. And he said, you wouldn't let 100 people into your house in the morning, would you? Because that would be stressful, right? Why do we do that with social media? That's exactly what we're doing. We're scrolling through reels, we're scrolling through our friends and our family and maybe random people we don't know, and we're letting those people into our brains and affecting our morning. So why don't we dictate what we want in our brains? And we can do that through what we're going into next with a healthy morning routine. So it's the same thing with getting up and instantly turning on the news or listening to the news. We're letting these negative emotions from the world dictate how we feel and what we think first thing in the morning. And then things as easy or as simple as maybe turning on and watching your favorite show in the morning. And you may think it's calming you down, but if we're watching a murder show in the morning or a murder mystery or Dateline or The Blacklist, whatever it is for you, we're letting those negative intentions and emotions dictate our subconscious and our conscious mind first thing in the morning. And that is not setting us up for success. We're kind of just going through the motions of how we let this TV or this news or this podcast or our emails dictate our emotions. So one other thing would be if you get up right away and you spring out of bed and now you're washing the dishes, you're getting the kids ready, you're packing lunches for your husband and your kids, and you're rushing out the door, you have no time to set your day up for success and to just calm down, think about the day, strategize about the day, practice some gratefulness, and just get your mind prepared. There's no time for that. So you're letting everything else again absorb into your body and just dictate how you're going to feel for the day. You have a decision on what your day looks like and how you're going to feel, and we need to do the correct things that works for you to be able to do that and to hold that emotion all day long. So we'll get into that now.
Yeah. So some great things that you can do as part of a morning routine are things like meditation, and like I mentioned before, doing some movement or exercise at your ability level. So if that's stretching, and that's great. If that's doing an interval training workout, that's great. Cycling, swimming, anything that you enjoy that is at your ability level. I personally have not got into the habit of meditation, even though I know it has amazing benefits. So for me, my meditation, I consider is my movement practice.
Mm-hmm.
And also journaling. I enjoy journaling. I also find that very meditative. So for me, that works better for me. But if you are an avid meditator, like keep doing it. It's one of the best things that you can do. I just have not figured out how to tame this brain into enjoying meditation. So those are two ideas. I'll pass it back to you, Casey.
Yeah, so reading something that's uplifting or inspirational or personal growth, this is, again, whatever you find uplifting and inspirational. So find that for you, even if it's just 5 minutes, 2 minutes, a Bible verse or a quote that, somebody said that really resonates with you can really turn your brain into a different perspective. If you are one to get up in the morning and just listen to music because you want some background noise, put on some calming music, maybe some jazz or maybe music just with no words, because words often sink into your subconscious mind and they can dictate your feelings as well. So if we're listening to sad music, if we're listening to rap, if we're listening to really just anything with words, that sinks in and can dictate our emotions. So some calm music might be more uplifting for you. Seeing the sunrise or just getting out for sunshine for 10 to 20 minutes a day is said to boost your vitamin D levels, to boost your cortisol, to not boost your cortisol, sorry, to even heal your cortisol, and to give you those endorphins and those happy feelings. It's super good for our bodies scientifically, and it does raise a lot of the feel-good hormones that we have inside of us. So if you're able to do that, or even just putting your hand out the window if you commute to work, that would also do the trick too. But seeing that sunlight without sunglasses on is really good as well.
Yeah, and I wanted to add to that too, that whole, it helps set your circadian rhythm, and then also absorbing vitamin D into, like, you're absorbing the sunlight helps your body produce vitamin D. And a lot of people with autoimmune conditions have vitamin D deficiencies. So that's why it's super important to have some sun on your skin, not to the point that you're going to burn, but like you said, without sunglasses for a little bit to get that light in your eyes, and then also to get some of the sun rays absorbed into your skin without sunscreen on. So for me,
Mhm.
that'd be like 20, 25 minutes of walking outside. But as many of you know, living in places like Saskatchewan, where I am, or in the Northern Hemisphere, often it's really cold outside for a good portion of the year. I do not enjoy going walking outside when it's cold out. So I actually have
Mhm.
a light therapy lamp that I use in the late fall and winter so that I can get some light into my eyes and also set my circadian rhythms that way. And it
Mhm.
helps improve my mood. It helps improve my energy as well. So that's a really great alternative. The brand of lamp that I use, and they have so many different types, you can order them online, is, oh gosh, Verilux. That is the brand, Verilux. And they have some great products from all different types of lamps, desk lamps. I use kind of a larger lamp to sit at the table with. They have, oh gosh, they have so many different, they have standing lamps, smaller lamps. They've got all sorts of stuff. So check that out if that's, something that you are interested in terms of getting some light in the darker times of the year.
Yeah, great
Um,
idea.
yeah, it's a great alternative. And like I said before, too, what I really like to do is just taking my time to have a nice breakfast. Unless you're one of those people who loves intermittent fasting, even just having time to have your tea or your coffee in the
Mhm.
morning and just enjoy it and have, like, 5 or 10 minutes even just to enjoy that beverage,
Mhm.
whether or not you're having it with food.
Yep.
And another one that I love is taking time to cuddle with my pet, or my partner first thing in the morning, too. It just kind
Mhm.
of sets me off in a good headspace for the day. I have a really sweet cat and a really sweet man. And so I like to start my day off with some cuddling sometimes. I find that has me in a nice, good headspace.
Yeah, and it raises those feel good hormones as well. Studies have been shown on cuddling, believe it or not, and how much happy you are, how much it sets your day off right, maybe even how much longer you could live because of these feel good hormones. So, super cool studies out there on cuddling. I'm a huge fan. So, look it up if you're fascinated by it. I'm currently cuddling with my cat. And now see how he stands up. He's like, "Mom, don't say that you're cuddling with me." Um, but another thing would be practicing gratefulness, and this takes no time at all. It takes no money at all. It is literally just saying to yourself, either in your head or out loud, "I am grateful for my husband. I am grateful for the sun that has rose today. I am grateful that I'm able to go on a bike ride. I am grateful for my health." Whatever you are grateful for, just say it. And I usually like to say 3 to 5 things that I'm grateful for, whether that's I'm writing it down or in my head or on my bike ride. And that seems to help just shift my perspective a little bit because there's so much to be thankful for. We're alive. That's good enough, right? And then we can work on everything else from there. Um, so you can do this in the car, anywhere, anywhere. Um, and another thing would be maybe for you, you like dancing or it sets you off on the right foot. Do a little dance when you're getting dressed, or dance to the car, dance to the kitchen, dance to the bathroom. The feel good hormones again go up when you do that and you feel more uplifted. And it's the same thing. I don't know if you've heard of like putting yourself into the position of a badass, right? Like you have to go into this meeting. And it's said that if you need to uplift yourself and boost your confidence, you kind of do the superwoman or the superman pose when you stand up and you put your hands on your hips and you put your chest out and you just that is supposed to like lift your endorphins and your feelings about yourself. Like there's also studies around that too, and just your stance.
Yes.
So how you talk to yourself and how you position yourself and what you do for your body is can put you on the right foot as well.
Yeah. Love it. And one last suggestion is, maybe having, if you work from home or maybe on the weekend, when you're not going into the office, maybe go into your favorite coffee shop for a bit in the morning.
Mhm.
I find sometimes it's nice to people watch, to read something from the coffee shop because it really forces you to take that time and enjoy yourself, like you've picked up a beverage and you're sitting there, and what else are you going to do?
Mhm.
Like just take that time to just take it easy, and think about maybe what you want to do that day or what you want to accomplish that day, or do your gratefulness practice. Then think about what you're grateful for.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know, anything else you wanted to add, Casey?
Just that the sky's the limit for your morning routine. So find really what works well for you, and you can pick and choose from other people's morning routines. I know when I was thinking about developing a morning routine years ago, I read the book, The Morning Miracle from Hal Elrod, and that is so inspirational. He literally dives deep into how to make a morning routine, what he does, maybe what would help you, and affirmations and imaging and um, movement, all of the things. And he has a podcast. So just Google search Hal Hal Elrod, and there will be so many great things for you to start on the correct foot. So we're intrigued though. If you have a morning routine, please put it in the comments. Let us know. It will also help other people who are thinking about having a morning routine what they could put in their morning routine too. So put it in the comments. Put a love on this video if you thought it was inspiring or it helped you, and reach out if you need any help with this area.
Yeah. And we'll be back next week. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a lovely rest of your week and a beautiful weekend, and we'll see you again soon.
Bye, everybody.